Hello, horror fans, and welcome once again to the Horror Beats. Today I'll be talking about Theater of Blood. Now, Theater of Blood is about a man called Edward Lionheart, played by Vincent Price. Now, Edward Lionheart is an actor that feels that he has been robbed, cheated from the award of Best Actor of the Year, and it was given to a newcomer, a rookie, who he believes does not have the talent. So he goes in, breaks into their celebration. They look that he's there and ask him what he's doing there. He ignores them, walks over to the award, and starts reciting a Shakespeare verse from one of the plays. They look at him not in amazement, but more as they look at him very hilarious, like, oh my god, he's making a fool out of himself. Now, his daughter is part of the celebration, and while he's going around reciting this Shakespearean verse or play, his daughter's trying to convince him to leave because he ain't making things any better. They're just looking at him and making fun of him, mocking him, thinking of him as just a joke. He pays no attention to her, and soon he just plunges to his death. Now, time goes by, and one by one of the 9 critics that didn't vote for him start dying. Now, there's one critic who right away says that it's Lionheart, but how could it be Lionheart if he's dead? So the police point the finger at his daughter. Although that one critic keeps telling them that it's not the daughter, that it all seems to be the work of Lionheart. The police still take her, interrogate her, and then let her free because there's not enough evidence to convict her. So the critic still goes back to saying that it's Lionheart. Now, if it was Lionheart, how could a person that is supposedly dead come back from the dead and just start killing those critics? Well, turns out that he turned up to sea on to shore, to these winos, these homeless people, and they save him. So they start helping him put forward his revenge, and so one by one they start dying, depending on the story, depending on a Shakespeare play that he chooses. That's the way they'll die. Now, what I like about this movie is how Vincent Price uses different disguises just so they won't recognize him, and that way he will elude police, and his victims won't know who he is until their demise. I found that very good. I found it very, very cool, that he would do that. And I mean, we're talking about Vincent Price. He's a very good actor. And although the police still don't believe that other critic, all the other critics are dying, and they start figuring out what play comes next and next and next, until they figure out that the last one that he's saving for is that one critic who knows that it's him. But they get there at the nick of time and save his life. Yet still, even though he had been betrayed by the critics, he once again gets betrayed by the misfits that were helping him, by almost killing his daughter, who also was helping him. But you don't find that out towards the end, so this probably could be a spoiler. The deaths are pretty inventive, I think. They're not as bloody. I mean, maybe at the time they were, but like on today's level, they're not. But they're still very good. I found it very entertaining. I really enjoyed the movie. I enjoy anything from Vincent Price whatsoever. But this movie is really good. You get to see how good of an actor he is, and how much he knows a lot about Shakespeare. Because if I remember right, he was actually a Shakespearean actor before he became a horror icon. So this transcends into the movie, and how he is so aware of it all. So it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. I was very excited to see it. At least to me, this is one of his best movies. It's one of my favorite Vincent Price movies. But as always, these are just my opinions. Maybe I didn't go too much into detail. I still gotta work on my little kind of sort of reviews of movies, which I'll get better at as long as I keep on doing it. But as I always say, this is just my opinion. Don't take my word for it. If you haven't seen Theater of Blood, check it out. I'm pretty sure you're gonna find something you like. Hope you like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of my shenanigans. Until then, on to the next movie.